This is breaking news.
This is Jim Smith in Chopper 2. We are live over a fire in the Bronx. The fire department currently battling a 4-alarm fire. This is at the intersection of Burnside Avenue and Jerome Avenue. As we can see, the fire department has at least four of those tower ladders up at this point, trying to fight the fire from outside of the building. There has been very heavy smoke coming out of the building, as well as some small pockets of flames from time to time. We understand that at least 3 businesses have been affected by this fire. At this time, no injuries have been reported. Again, this is a 4-alarm fire. The fire apparently very quickly rose to 4 alarms, the fire department needing to bring in extra equipment and manpower to help get the situation under control. At this time, all indications are that the fire is burning in the on the roof, as well as that attic area of the building itself. Also, we want to point out that it seems like the fire department is focusing most of their efforts on the outside of the building, fighting it from the exterior, although we have seen some signs that there are some hoses going into the building as well. Again, this is a fire, 4-alarm fire, broke out not too long ago in the Bronx in a row of stores, Burnside Avenue at the corner of Jerome Avenue. At this time, at least 3 businesses being affected. The fire department not only trying to get the fire itself under control, but prevent it from spreading further to any other buildings. You may notice nearby there is a subway station. At this time, the subways are not experiencing any issues, but of course, we do have some of that fire department equipment very close to the tracks. Again, though, at this time, no subway disruptions related to this fire. And now we'll just watch for a few moments as the fire department tries to get this under control again. 4 tower ladders up towards the roof, trying to get the fire knocked down, spraying water into the roof. And mainly the efforts by the fire department are from the exterior of the building to get this under control. And if you're just joining us, just to recap, we have been following breaking news out of the Bronx, a 4-alarm fire burning through a row of stores. This is the University Heights section of the Bronx, Burnside Avenue at the corner of Jerome Avenue. Most of the fire trucks that we are seeing are set up along Burnside Avenue. This is between Jerome and Davidson Avenues. Fire breaking out not long ago, not long before 9 o'clock this morning. Row of stores, at least 3 businesses are affected by the fire, possibly more. The fire department now focusing their efforts on getting the fire knocked down, as well as preventing the fire from spreading to any adjacent buildings. As far as information on injuries go, we have not received any reports of injuries at this time. Developing situation, breaking news out of the Bronx. The cause of the fire not yet known. That will be under investigation once the fire department can get the fire knocked down and under control. We have been seeing very heavy smoke coming out of the building, as well as pockets of flames from time to time. A large fire department presence in the area. There are some street closures. We do want to mention, though, as we mentioned earlier, nearby subway tracks. At this time, the subway's not being affected by the fire. We could see a subway train now moving into the bottom of your screen. Again, the trains are moving through the area. At this time, no disruptions reported, but of course that is a possibility as this situation continues. And we'll just watch now again as the fire department tries to get this knocked down, focusing most of their efforts on the exterior of the building. Most of those tower ladders up over the roof, trying to spray water down into the building. We have seen some hoses stretched to the doors of the building. It's unclear whether they're actually firefighters inside. We were getting some indications that this might be an exterior attack only by the fire department, but it is possible there are now firefighters inside the building as well, attempting to get this knocked down. And we have been watching as the fire department is battling a 4-alarm fire in the Bronx. This is Burnside Avenue and Jerome Avenue. Fire department at the scene of a row of stores affected by this fire. At least 3 businesses affected so far, and part of the efforts by the fire department now to prevent that fire from spreading to any adjacent buildings, as well as get the fire itself knocked down and under control. At this time, no injuries have been reported. We can tell you, very smoky fire. The smoke is blowing towards the west, from east to west. We can see the wind taking the smoke in the direction of Davidson Avenue, as well as some of the other areas just to the west of Jerome Avenue. Fire department, again, trying to get this knocked down and under control. The cause of the fire is not known at this time. That will be part of the investigation once the fire department can get the fire itself extinguished. No injuries have been reported, and as we've been watching just moments ago, a subway did pass by the area. There is the adjacent subway station, Jerome Avenue and Burnside Avenue. At this time, the subways do not appear to be affected. We have seen trains running in both directions through the area, but of course that is a possibility as this fire continues, that there may be some disruptions, but at this time, subway's not affected by the fire. And once again, we've been following breaking news out of the Bronx. A 4-alarm fire burning through a row of stores, the intersection of Burnside Avenue and Jerome Avenue. We can see some of those tower ladders, the fire department spraying water down into the rooftop, trying to get this fire knocked down, under control, as well as prevent it from spreading to some of the adjacent buildings. We understand that at least 3 businesses have been affected by the fire at this time. It's unclear in which particular store or possibly the area above a store that this fire may have started. This is just off the corner of Jerome Avenue and Burnside Avenue, and again, at least 3 businesses affected by the fire. We understand the fire department is focusing most of their efforts from the exterior. At one point, 4 tower ladders were up, spraying water down into the rooftops. We could see at least 3 of them still up at this time. There were some firefighters on some of the adjacent rooftops as well, try to prevent that fire from spreading to any adjoining buildings. Again, no injuries have been reported. The cause of the fire and exact source of the fire not known at this time. And as you can see, there are some subway tracks the left side of your screen, the adjoining station at Jerome Avenue and Burnside Avenue. We have seen trains moving in both directions. At this point, the MTA not reporting any disruptions to the subways related to the fire. And we'll just watch now again as the firefighters continue their efforts to get this fire knocked down. And if you are just joining us, we've been following breaking news out of the Bronx. A 4-alarm fire burning through a row of stores. This is near the intersection of Burnside Avenue and Jerome Avenue. Those tower ladders that you see, the fire trucks set up along Burnside Avenue, That is where the majority of the efforts of the fire department has been focused. In the block between Jerome Avenue and Davidson Avenue. It's a fire that began before 9 o'clock this morning. Very quickly went to 4 alarms. Multiple fire trucks as well as firefighters requested to the scene to help get this fire knocked down. We are still seeing some pockets of flames coming through the roof of the building. A very smoky fire in and of itself. The wind is taking the smoke from east to west, so smoke is blowing in the direction of Davidson Avenue as well as the area just to the west of Jerome Avenue. It's unclear what role the wind could be playing in the fire itself. And we're just getting some information now that among the businesses affected, a restaurant as well as an optical store. It does appear the optical store is the one right on the corner, again, Jerome Avenue and Burnside Avenue. This fire, again, a 4-alarm fire. The fire department trying to focus their efforts mainly to the rooftop. That does appear to be where the majority of the fire is burning through the roof. We have also seen firefighters on some of the adjoining rooftops as well, trying to prevent that fire from spreading to the adjoining buildings. No injuries have been reported. As you can see, subways are moving through the area at this time. No significant disruptions reported to the subways in the area. The cause and source of the fire unknown at this time. And as we can see, the fire department still trying to get this knocked down. We have been following breaking news out of the Bronx, a 4-alarm fire burning through a row of stores. This is along Burnside Avenue near Jerome Avenue. Fire that broke out before 9 o'clock, very quickly spread through the building, very quickly went to a 4-alarm fire. The fire department requesting extra manpower and equipment to the scene to help get this fire under control. There we can see another pocket of flames coming out of the rear of the building. Most of the flames that we have seen so far have been burning through the rooftop. No injuries have been reported at this time. The cause of the fire also not known. That'll be part of the investigation once the fire itself has been knocked down. There we can see some of those tower ladders that the fire department has up, spraying water into the rooftop. At one point, they did have 4 tower ladders up to get this knocked down. There were also firefighters on some of the adjacent rooftops as well. We understand most of the efforts by the fire department are from the outside of the building, an exterior attack to get this knocked down and hopefully under control, as well as prevent it from spreading to any of the adjoining buildings. The smoke itself is blowing to the west, so the area near Davidson Avenue as well as some of the adjacent areas to the west of Jerome Avenue, that is where the smoke is blowing towards. It's unclear if the wind is having an effect on the fire itself, whether it is helping to fuel it or not. Fire department, again, trying to get this knocked down and spread to any further buildings. At this time, we have not seen any evidence that it has. at least 3 businesses affected by the fire so far, among them an optical store as well as a restaurant. Just at the top of your screen is the nearby subway station, Jerome Avenue and Burnside Avenue. We have seen trains moving in both directions. There have been no issues with the subways reported at this time, but there is a large fire department response to the area, so it's always a possibility that we could see some disruptions, but at this time, the subways are moving just fine in both directions through the area. Again, we're getting another look at the rooftop where firefighters are focusing their efforts to get this fire knocked down. Just to recap one more time, a row of stores currently on fire in the Bronx, Jerome Avenue and Burnside Avenue, a 4-alarm fire. No injuries have been reported, and the cause of the fire not known at this time. We will continue to monitor the situation. We'll have updates throughout the day on CBS News New York. This is Jim Smith in Chopper 2. Thank you for joining us.
This has been breaking news.